Imagine waking up in your city tomorrow morning. The sun rises, the streets slowly fill with traffic, cafes open their doors, and office buildings come to life. But behind this familiar routine lies something invisible yet incredibly powerful. It's called GDP, and it controls more of your life than you think. Now pause for a second. Let's say your city, yes, your city is the star of this story. We're going to track everything it does in a day to understand one of the biggest forces in the global economy: gross domestic product. So, what is GDP really? Think of it as the financial health report of your city. It's the total value of everything produced and sold within its borders in a given period. Goods, services, you name it. Let's head downtown. The bakery on Main Street, every croissant, every cup of coffee, every breakfast sandwich sold? That's GDP. The mechanic fixing your neighbor's car? GDP. The software developer creating an app in that glass tower you pass every day? Also GDP. Now, let's zoom out. Multiply all of that by hundreds, even thousands of businesses across your city. It's not just cash in registers, it's your city breathing, building, growing. GDP is split into 4 key parts. First, consumer spending. That's you buying groceries, clothes, streaming subscriptions. Basically, when you swipe your card, you're powering the economy. Second, business investment. Think of new office buildings under construction or factories buying equipment. When businesses invest, GDP grows stronger roots. Third, government spending. Yes, when the city fixes a road, pays teachers, or builds a hospital, that counts too. And finally, net exports. If your city produces something that other regions or countries buy, that's GDP on a global stage. But wait, here's the twist.
What if your city's GDP is rising, but life doesn't feel any better? More traffic, higher rent, longer hours, but your paycheck feels frozen in time. That's when the GDP story becomes more complex. You see, GDP tells us how big the pie is, but not how it's sliced. Let's rewind. Imagine your city adds $1 billion in GDP this year. Sounds great, right? But if most of that goes to a handful of corporations and small businesses struggle to survive, is the city really thriving? That's why economists now ask deeper questions. Is GDP the best measure of success? Does it account for happiness, health, or clean air? Now, let's take this personally. Every time you shop local, use public transport, invest in your skills, or even start a small business, you're adding to your city's GDP in a meaningful way. You're not just a number in the system. You are the system. And here's something wild. Some of the biggest shifts in GDP don't happen in skyscrapers. They begin in neighborhoods. A new tech startup in someone's garage. A food truck that turns into a franchise. A freelance designer who lands clients overseas. It's the small wins that push the needle. So next time someone drops GDP in a conversation, don't picture a dusty economic report. Picture your city in motion. Picture businesses opening, people working, goods moving, ideas spreading. GDP isn't just some abstract term from a textbook. It's a living, breathing reflection of your city's pulse, its hustle, its struggles, its progress. And you're right in the middle of it. This is Finance Compass, and now you know how to read the heartbeat of your city.